Brothers Talk Cars.
You're the imposter.
Well, welcome back for another episode of Brothers
Saturdays
Talk
for the boys.
That's right. But what episode are we on now?
Brothers Talk Cars, episode
18?
Episode 8.
18. I don't know. It's been another 2 weeks since we recorded the last one.
I don't know.
We're not very consistent right now. For good reason, though.
Yep. 17 or 18, something like that.
Yeah, 18,
'Kay.
18, 17.
What's been going on in the past 2-ish weeks?
What did we do last week?
We
You were
went to
gone.
we were gone. We went to the thing in Spanish Fork.
Yeah, so we went to the...
Oh, yeah.
What is that called?
Wings and Wheels.
Wings and Wheels. There we go. We went to
Wheels
Wings
and
and
Wings.
Wheels in Spanish Fork. Had a great time. Had some
Yeah.
good sunburns.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess we
Had
can
some good
do wanna
burgers.
talk about that.
That was 2 weeks ago.
That was
Yeah,
2 weeks
'cause
ago.
you
Last
guys-
week you were
I was
gone.
gone
Yeah.
last week.
Yeah,
Gosh, that's been a long time.
has been.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was good. I mean, it's kind of old news now. I'm sure everyone has
Yeah.
seen it and kind of been a part of that. It was really fun though. There was a lot more value in cars than I was expecting
Yeah.
there to
Yeah.
be. There.
Well, it was interesting. We were sitting there and we see the cars that are sitting around, Lamborghinis, a couple Ferraris, stuff like that,
GTRs.
GTRs. And I knew Stradman
Oh yeah, Stradman.
Stradman and that whole group would show up.
Absolutely.
And sure enough, right before they start doing the drag strip races and stuff, they show up.
I wasn't quite anticipating the P1,
I wasn't
Or
either.
the Senna.
and I wasn't anticipating the Senna at
The
all.
Senna came in that trailer.
Yeah.
That big trailer that we were wondering what was in there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
that was
That's Post Malone's P1.
Post Malone.
No,
That he's
Senna.
selling.
Senna.
that he
But
is selling.
Yeah.
He is selling that Senna, and it's a one-off.
Three
what are they-
made.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
The XP Senna or something like that.
What was his specifically
know.
called?
The experimental something. I can't remember that.
It had a specific name
Yeah.
to it, I guess.
All
it's
I know is it just
kinda
has like
irrelevant.
crazy carbon fiber.
Yeah, it
in
has red carbon
Yeah.
fiber
But it
on
was-
the inside.
It was
Super
so
cool.
sick.
I don't know if it's worth 1.7 million though. I know it's hypercar.
Yeah.
And it
But
has
then
all
it's
that.
also Post
stuff.
Malone's
That is true. That's probably
hypercar.
what brought
But
it
it's also
down.
the experimental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different stuff with it.
So
It's really cool.
I think, in my opinion, it is worth the 1.7, 1.8 that he's selling it for, just because you are buying it from someone like Post Malone.
Yep.
It is the experimental, and just that red carbon was so sick.
It was amazing.
So, and it had like only 200 miles on it or something.
It really is one of the wildest cars you can see.
Oh, yeah.
It is
Absolutely.
insane to see a Senna in person. And you
Yeah.
have to see one in person because I've never been a crazy big fan of the looks. It is a weird looking car,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Gomer car, but you get in front of it and you see
This
it.
is a spaceship.
It is like
Yeah.
it's just so unique.
Yeah.
Really
And I-
cool to watch.
And I think it stole the show from me just based on looks alone.
Yeah.
Just because, yes, it was parked next to the P1. Yes, it was parked next to the Veyron. The Veyron kind of looks just like a normal car, but
does.
car people know what the Veyron is.
Yeah.
So that's what makes it stand out. But if you saw it if someone who didn't know cars saw it on the road, be like, that must be just a fancy car.
Must be just a Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah.
In one of the videos I took of the hypercars passing, there was two people that said, "Oh, look, a Lamborghini rides the Bugatti past." There was a Lamborghini right behind it.
Yeah.
Like no one knew who it was or what it was.
Yeah.
People know who it was.
You really have to know cars to know what a Bugatti is.
Absolutely. But yeah, going back to that is that Senna was just wild looking.
Yeah.
I mean, if you saw a Bugatti on the road and you saw a Senna on the road, you would know which one is way more rowdy,
Yeah.
in a word. But just based on the looks, the Senna is just, it's different.
It is extremely different. I've always thought a P1 is wild. It has such a sloped back end. It kind of comes out a little
Yeah.
bit. It's really different looking. The front end is very aggressive. But next to that Senna,
No
that
comparison.
P1 looked tame.
Yeah.
It was just,
Yeah.
It looked like a
For
normal
sure.
McLaren.
it is a beautiful car though.
Oh, yeah.
But that Senna, there's just,
It's just wild.
and the
is.
colors on it were actually
the
pretty
colors
cool.
are
The colors
amazing.
were really cool. Yeah, it was a really cool experience, I guess.
So, what other cars stuck out? I keep going back to that SVJ.
That
Oh, yeah.
SVJ was really cool.
That SVJ is beautiful. It's
didn't
a beautiful
run,
car. No, it didn't run, which I'm a little upset about. I wanted to
too.
hear it and see it. There were a few Aventadors that ran. Sounded pretty dang good.
Yeah. That was a...
There's two twin turbo Huracans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that 1,500 horsepower Huracan was one of my favorites. It hit the top speed of the day.
What did it hit? One something?
81?
Yeah, it was 180 something.
Yeah, I think it was
The
like
Bugatti
181.
only hit 160.
It was
Yeah.
like 167 every time it ran.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird. 164, 167.
Can I just... Are they clocking them at... That's got to be half-mile speed.
Mm-hmm.
I assume so.
Can I just stop for a second and just say, here we have hypercars,
Yeah.
Bugatti, P1. We've got even 1,500 horsepower twin-turbo Lamborghinis that are hitting, 160 to 180, maybe 190. Leroy does that in a quarter mile.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Cletus has Leroy, and he'll do 0 to 180 in a quarter mile.
Yeah.
Half the distance.
Even the drag cars there didn't hit 180
Oh,
or
no.
anything like that.
They
yeah,
didn't.
They had some drag cars there that were really cool.
Yeah.
Really,
They
really
were
cool.
really,
But they
really
weren't
cool to watch.
They weren't even close. They
No.
were 140s, 150s.
At the fast
160
end, yeah.
was the fastest, I think. But could you imagine? Like, that really puts into perspective how fast Leroy is.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. That's crazy. And I think Ruby's going to be there soon.
Yeah.
With the new turbo
See,
setup.
I haven't seen the newest videos, so
Oh,
I'm
yeah, you
excited
need
to
to-
see him do roll
It's
races
a
and
good
stuff.
one.
Yeah. I haven't seen the brand newest one where he actually races it.
I saw it.
Yeah.
Last one I watched is when he was talking about Ruby. And he's like, if you feel a little lonely, and then he opens the gas door and it hits him in the butt.
Hits him in the butt.
That was the last one I saw.
No, that's when he does roll races.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they start in the back and then they start rolling.
yeah.
And then right after the tree, they all
Yeah.
hit.
Interesting. Yeah, I haven't watched that one. I will.
That's crazy. So continuing on with YouTube car news, what do you think of Bias for a Build and what he's doing with his boat?
So I haven't watched the follow-up video on his second channel
I
of
haven't
him
either.
explaining his reasoning behind it. I'm worried.
I am too.
I'm
Is it
one of
the
those people.
SLS?
He wants to put
The LS.
LS,
not
two
SLS.
LS motors in it.
Okay, I saw his
Texas
Instagram.
Speed. Yeah, Texas Speed LS.
which don't get they're fantastic motors,
Yeah.
but for
I just don't know if it's the correct application personally.
yeah. But I mean, think about all the people that gave him a hard time with the Huracan.
That is true.
Don't put an LS motor in the Huracan. That's stupid. Now, these are two completely different things, though. I mean, gas motors in marine
Yeah.
situations, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, that's
It
what
will
we
be.
talked about a while ago,
Yeah,
like trying
yeah.
to put the Huracan engine in it or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
It's
going to put
not going to run as well or as long.
So apparently he's going with a 464 or something like that. Quite a large motor that
Yeah.
puts out a lot of low end torque for like this boat.
and they're going to tune it in a way that it can stay at a lower RPM
and put out a lot of this
and put a lot
torque,
of low end torque.
which I think is good.
Yeah.
And it's good that he's got Texas Speed on board with it to do this.
That's probably one of the best companies to have.
Yeah, for sure.
kind of
Either that or
sponsor you
like
for that.
Blueprint or someone
Yeah.
like that. But it's going to be interesting to see. I do worry
I do too.
because those marine diesels are just super tough.
Oh yeah. Did you see that thing that
Rock
he pulled
solid,
out?
yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
I understand where he's coming from when it comes to getting two new diesel engine Cummins engines for that thing.
Yeah.
Since they were like the military grade ones. I mean, it was going to cost more than he spent on the boat.
He said it was
and
like 70,000 or something
it
like
was
that.
expensive. Yeah. So, I mean, being that he's actually planning on not keeping this boat around for very long,
Yeah.
I think that this will be sufficient.
Yep.
They're planning on building their own boats after this and a whole bunch of different stuff. So,
Well, I guess here's the good part about it. You put them in a boat. If they work, awesome. You know,
Yeah.
you proved everyone wrong, and that's what he's going to do.
Yeah.
He's going to prove everyone wrong. I mean, they already have gas motors, but they're usually outboard motors that sit on the back of a boat. But anyway, so we do know that it works.
it can, yeah.
So he's going to prove everyone wrong. And if it works, fantastic. He's on his way, You know, he's probably gained more subscribers, stuff like that.
Probably.
If it doesn't work, scrap it, sell both the engines.
Or use both of them in some other build.
Yep.
Because now you have two really high horsepower.
LS in the BRZs.
Yeah.
Plan A and B BRZ.
Yeah. Or the Camaro. Finally get that up and going.
He's got that Camaro sitting in the back. If this doesn't work, he's got a brand new LSX.
And wasn't he, and I don't think it's really in his plans anymore to do the single seater, but he was going to put an LS engine in that. So if it doesn't work, the boat doesn't work, he has the LS engine already.
Yeah, that's true.
It's going to be a big one, but
that's okay. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
It's going to sound awesome too.
I think it'll work, and I think it'll be sufficient for what he's doing for sure. It'll just be interesting to see.
Yep.
There's a lot more work. I mean, you can't just pull out a diesel engine and slap a gasser in it. It just doesn't work quite that way. So there's going to be a lot of venting that's going to need to happen and a whole bunch of stuff. So,
well, I mean, prove us wrong.
Yeah.
I'm behind it. I'm going to watch it no matter what.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just like Tavares tearing apart that McLaren. I was like, he's not putting that back together.
It's coming together.
But he's getting it.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see it.
Nice.
What else? What else car news wise?
Car Trek.
Yes.
They put out episodes of Car Trek.
And they've been fantastic. Three so far?
3, I think. Fantastic.
They're so fun.
You know, I love that old Top Gear style challenges.
Yeah.
But the American Top Gear sucks.
Yeah, it's not
the
good.
Top Gear, that's
British.
the British one right now sucks.
Yeah, the current British one.
The old, you know, Jeremy Clarkson and those guys, fantastic.
Yeah.
But they've kind of disappeared. You know, Grand Tour really isn't. There's supposed to be an episode soon.
Yeah,
we
they
haven't heard
announced-
anything.
They're doing like 2 a year or something like that.
Yeah, 2 a year,
Yeah.
which is lame.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. And I guess they're going to try and go back to the old style where they travel around and do tents.
Yeah.
Apparently. I don't know.
I can't see Jeremy Clarkson getting in a tent anytime soon.
Yeah. I don't know.
But
there's been a lot of controversy and stuff like that.
But this Car Trek, it's that style that I love, and it's with 3 presenters who I think are hilarious.
And I think they're all different and very interesting in their own way. They all have these YouTube channels that are completely different from each other, but also super interesting to watch individually. You have Ed Bullion, Vin Wiki, who's just insanely knowledgeable.
Yeah, when it
about
comes to
cars.
cars, he knows.
Oh, yeah.
He knows about cars.
And it's like the details and the statistics. He's that type of guy. And then you have Tavares, who is I found a wrecked 675 LT, and I'm going to take it apart to the full-on...
the monocoque.
Yeah. The carbon... I don't even know what the carbon tub.
Yep.
And then you have Tyler Hoovey from Hoovey's Garage, who buys these 80s vans and these really crappy cars, and then tells you that he made a mistake, but he still loves it.
Yeah. Yeah. But they all provide really good comedic relief.
Absolutely.
You know, they get along with each other. It works out so well. I have heard, I don't remember, I saw it just really quick, but Amelia Hartford and Rob
Dom.
No, not Rob Dom. Rob Ferretti or whatever his name is. Anyway, there were 2 YouTubers and then a celebrity that were going to do a show kind of like it too.
Oh, really?
So I think that'd be really cool. But the only one I really care about would be Amelia.
Yeah.
The others are just kind of,
They're just additions.
yeah. But definitely Tavares, the Car Trek is just,
Oh, yeah.
it's amazing.
It is.
And if they could, they should just keep doing this.
Yeah.
Like put out, I mean, there's probably 4 or 5, 6 episodes per thing.
Per
They
season
should do
or
that
whatever.
twice a year if they can.
I think
It's
so,
So
too.
cool.
I think one of the issues that they run into is they all live in different parts of the East Coast or whatever.
But gosh, it's fun.
It is.
Makes me want to do stuff like that.
They all picked some very different cars this time around than they did last
Yeah.
time around.
Yeah.
But they were, I mean, the first Car Trek was what supercar can you get for the price of a brand new C8 Corvette.
Yeah.
This one is the best supercar that is depreciated the most. And I think it's interesting. I could have guessed every single one of them, and I did guess pretty much every single one of them.
Yep.
But
Yeah, when you think of depreciated supercars, first thing that comes to mind, Maserati.
Oh, absolutely.
Bentley. I'm surprised we didn't see a Bentley.
Yeah.
Aston Martin and Mercedes-Benz.
Mercedes is hit and miss.
Yeah, it is. Depends on the car.
It depends on the car. I can't remember the one that he got though.
SL55.
SLC.
I don't know, something like that. SL55 AMG or something like that.
Yeah. It's pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
Definitely one of those cars that's overlooked, but it's like 650 brake horsepower.
Yeah.
Something crazy. It has V12. It's a bi-turbo. It's pretty crazy.
So what's some news that stuck out to you over the past 2 weeks in the car industry?
One of them that I keep thinking of, and I'm not sure why, because this isn't something that we've talked about on this podcast. It's not something that I even remotely care about too much, but it shocks me, and that's the Polestar.
Oh, yeah.
Polestar recalled all of the cars that they had already delivered, which was only 2,200 of them, for software issues. But aren't the Polestars like $180,000?
Yeah, they're stupid expensive.
They're insanely expensive Volvos. It's just an electric Volvo that, they recalled every... How would you feel if you just purchased a $180,000 luxury, extreme luxury or whatever, electric car, and then they come back like, hey, I got to take it back.
Do you get it again?
Yeah, I'm sure they'll get it again, but
they had, the fact they had to recall all of those.
At that point, I'd just be like, give me like a $40,000 rebate or something.
Yeah. But here it comes back to what we've talked about in the past, which is test your flipping vehicles.
For real, though.
Like, I swear automakers don't test anymore.
Especially electric ones.
Especially. Rivion's doing a good job at testing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are.
Before they actually push it out because they don't want to have issues. But Polestar's just like, we'll just throw this electric stuff in this Volvo and we'll call it good. But they're not out driving them as hard as they should be.
Well, and like it goes to show, it's one thing to recall vehicles for something, but to literally take back every single vehicle that was delivered.
Yeah.
That shows you that there was zero care into actually testing it, because that should have been something that was caught relatively quick.
Yeah.
If it was a software malfunction, I don't know.
So before we get into the quick news, I want to talk about, we put a post up, playing footsies over there.
Yeah, we are.
We put a post up on our Instagram about the new Honda Ridgeline, their new truck.
The rugged, aggressive Ridgeline.
Minivan with the back cut off.
Yeah, if you don't follow us, go look at a picture of the Honda Ridgeline, 2021 Honda Ridgeline?
2021 and the 2021 Odyssey.
They just cut the back off the Odyssey.
They did. Right after the second row of the Odyssey, they literally just...
After the C pillar or B pillar?
Yeah, and they look the exact same pretty much. It's so stupid.
Yeah, the front's a little different, bigger grille on the Ridgeline, bronze wheels.
Which makes it off-road worthy.
That makes it aggressive.
And your truck also does this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that thing looks like they purposely lowered it.
Yeah.
The picture just looks slammed to the ground.
It does not look good.
No, it doesn't.
And so in my post, I called it atrocious, and I was just like, Jalopnik posted this article that said, Honda's new truck looks rugged.
Actually looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks really good. And I was just like, who the heck is writing this article? Like, you do know what a truck is, right? It's not supposed to look like a minivan that's slammed. And anyway, so I posted that, and it was pretty interesting to see. But I think the most interesting thing that happened on there is if you go to see who liked the article, the official Honda Off-Road Racing Team liked my post.
Really?
That's because this is like full on off-road.
How do you know they like it?
Because it shows me everyone who likes it.
I thought you just went onto their page.
The fact that they liked my post,
bashing on that company.
It's
not the company.
Yeah. These are straight up like side by sides, trophy
UTVs.
trucks,
like Sandrail hardcore UTV type
Pro
stuff.
4 stuff like that. But they liked it. They're like,
You're like,
It's
"You're right.
bad.
Yeah.
The Ridgeline
we agree
is a
with you.
minivan.
Yeah. It's just,
But also, some people didn't agree. But that's okay.
I mean,
yeah.
yeah.
There are going to be some people, but it was fun.
it was dope.
And I don't know. Honda's lost their mind.
Yeah.
Have they only made 2 trucks?
It's just the Ridgeline.
They've only ever made the Ridgeline.
Oh, yeah. The
Yeah.
one with the
It went from being
Black or
very
black
ugly
thing.
to,
Extremely ugly.
yeah.
To atrocious.
Yes. They need to stop making trucks.
They,
They went from, hey, let's copycat the Avalanche looking design to, let's just cut the back of our minivan off and remove the third seat.
the other thing that I wanted to talk about is there was a person on there that commented that's like, oh, Honda reliability. And at first I was like, yeah, because Hondas were extremely reliable at one point. But where are they on that JD Power list?
They're
further
pretty
down,
low.
actually.
Yeah, they're
Like,
actually
lower than the
quite
middle.
far down.
Yeah. And I think that one of the reasons is we're seeing their actual reliable engines and reliable vehicles disappear.
Yeah.
They're getting rid of the good ones to keep the crappy ones.
Yep.
And I'm not sure why. The Ridgeline is still around. Sure, Hondas are still reliable.
Uh-huh.
But compared to freaking like 1997 Civics,
Yeah.
that I still, even older than that, I still see 70s, 80s Hondas driving around.
Well, and in my reply to that, I said, if you put enough money into any car, it'll
Yeah.
hit 1,000,000 miles.
Well, I mean, there's the prime example, which was mentioned, was the Elantra.
Yeah.
Elantras are not known for their reliability.
No.
They're the cheapest of Hyundai's cars before, well, the Accent, but
Yeah.
this was post-Accent.
that 2.4 cylinder engine in it, it doesn't last beyond 200,000 miles.
No. So there's that as an example, and then there's also the Tundra as the example of
Yeah.
a 1,000,000-mile
See,
vehicle.
you know, if someone said, oh, a Toyota Tundra, yeah, of
I'd
course.
believe it.
1,000,000 miles, no problem. But when you start mentioning, like, you know, Hyundai Accent, or, I mean, Elantra, or, you know, Ridgeline, or just almost any other vehicle, it's
Yeah.
just like, okay, you had to have dumped a lot of money
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah.
It's like when people say, oh, Jeeps are reliable. I go, no, they're not. You just put a lot of money into them.
Yeah, it's still running because you've replaced
Uh-huh.
so many things. I mean, that should automatically get rid of the, like, yeah, this thing's super reliable. You're like, no, you've made it reliable because you've had to change something out,
Yep.
which is what happens with every car. Every car is going to break down. Every car is going to need repairs. I think reliability should come in as to how often you've had to repair it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Not how many miles
case,
are on
case
it
in
total.
point, I have a FJ Cruiser with 202,000 miles on it right now. And ever since I bought it with 131,000 miles, I have not done a single thing other than oil changes.
Yeah. See, that is reliability.
Yeah. And I mean, I know it'll break down. Stuff will go wrong.
Yep.
But the fact that I've owned it and it's such a high mile vehicle now and I've done absolutely nothing. And I also just took it off a jump and it's still running strong. Like that's where I'm like, that's the difference between reliability and dumping money into something to keep it running and then saying it's reliable. So
I agree.
my personal opinion.
I agree.
They're 20th on the JDM
Yeah.
power thing.
Like, they've really fallen a lot. Of course, Dodge is up there, which I think is really cool, but Dodge is...
Oh, Dodge is way below, like 7 below.
below Honda.
Yeah.
In 20, I thought they were number one.
No, yeah. Well, that was the
Genesis is
initial
number one.
reliability.
Oh, initial reliability.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into some quick news.
Okay.
In case of electric car fires, half of the fire departments are unprepared.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Their electrical fires are completely different
Yep.
when you're dealing with lithium batteries instead of, anyway.
Burn hotter and faster, and
And are probably more likely to explode.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't throw water on them.
yeah.
Or
Yeah.
else it'll
Or you
make it
probably have
worse.
to use something else. That's crazy.
I believe it.
Yeah, but half of them are unprepared. I think we're all still unprepared. Even though electric cars have been out for a while, we're all still unprepared for them.
Yeah.
Charging stations are sparse, especially here in Utah. Like,
Yeah, I hardly ever see them. I
Yeah.
see them at my work sometimes, but
Do you know what
there's
popped
two
in my
there.
mind a couple days ago? Like in Moab, the charging things. What if it gets so hot that you can't pull it out, like it just melts?
It could. We've seen weird issues like
Yeah.
that before.
I was also thinking of like the other day. I was like, man, a lot of people plug their cars in their garage because that's the safest place to plug it in.
Yeah.
It's like, what if that thing combusts? What if it gets too hot?
has
Even your
before.
even your charging port or whatever.
Yeah.
I know that they have like safety features to prevent that, but an unstarted gas engine is going to be way safer than a car that you have to plug in and go to bed knowing that there's active. I don't know. That's
That's
just
like
my
leaving
thing.
your gas car running all night.
Yeah.
For real. I don't know. I thought of that earlier this week and was like, man, I thought of it because Hyundai came out and had people who owned the new Tucson parked
Yep.
outside just because the engines were exploding or whatever.
Yeah.
But
It's crazy. 2021 Toyota RAV4 adds new trim levels.
I saw that.
why?
I don't know. So
Ooh.
we were talking about this earlier.
Nice.
These brand new RAV4s are no good. Like, what is Toyota doing?
They look better, but their
They look
reliability.
great, but like they're having some serious transmission issues. Like, come on, Toyota, you've been doing this for a long
Yeah,
time.
for
You
real.
use the same parts.
Especially with the RAV4 has been around for a long time. It's crazy to look at how high the like early mid 2000s RAV4s are on like the reliability lists. And then once like 2014 hits, when they changed the body style to the new like really good looking or better looking body style, reliability just plummeted.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't know why.
Yep. I think Toyota needs to put more effort into their reliability again. I mean, we're looking at it and they're falling
They
down
are.
that list.
A large part of it is they got rid of a lot of vehicles that were really high on the reliability list. They still make the Tacoma, they still make the Tundra,
Yeah.
and the 4Runner, but I think the only thing that's actually reliable anymore from their group is the 4Runner and the Tacoma.
Yeah. Yep.
The Tundras are kind of falling. The RAV4s are falling. They don't make the FJ anymore. Even the cars, the Corolla and
I
the
was gonna say, all
Camry
their
have been really
cars,
bad.
Yeah. Oh, that's not good. 2021 Audi R8 permanently adds a rear-wheel drive to the U.S. lineup.
Really?
Okay.
So they've always been all-wheel drive, and now there's officially a rear-wheel drive.
They're
version.
stepping up to that Huracan.
I wouldn't take it.
Yeah.
I would stay with the all-wheel drive. You're gonna have a way better launch. You're
That's
gonna
true.
be able to drive that thing in the snow here in
Yeah.
Utah.
Yep.
I would stick with the all-wheel drive. I also had some car news that I think we would all appreciate here in this list. So in the third quarter sales of 2020, the Dodge Challenger has outsold the Ford Mustang and the Camaro.
Yeah.
That's pretty expected. Yeah.
That was it. That's all I
Well,
wanted to bring
it's like
up.
I took a picture of, I parked next to a Camaro,
Yeah.
and I took a picture of the back ends of both. And I'm sorry, but the Challenger, bar none, is just the best looking.
Out of those three, for sure,
Yeah.
yeah.
The back of that Camaro just looked super plain.
It looked like a normal car.
Yeah. It looked like I was looking at like an Impala or
Yeah.
a Cruise or something like that.
Yeah, pretty normal taillights, pretty normal shaping of the back end.
Yeah. I love the front ends, but the back end is just...
It's normal.
Yeah. Speaking of people parking their Hyundais outside, the Kona Electric was recalled in South Korea and the U.S. now for fire hazards.
Really?
Pretty
Electric
crazy.
just isn't where we need to be right now.
Wait, did you
Nope.
say South Korea?
South Korea.
Okay.
Yep.
That's where it's made.
Yep.
Yeah, well, for some reason in my mind, I thought I heard North Korea.
You're like,
so I was
"No
like,
way."
So-
they can't.
We were talking about the Polestar earlier.
Yeah.
Polestar 2 and XC40 Recharge EPA range are both under 250 miles.
For
Why the
real?
heck? Yeah. You got a car, a full-size car, and its range is under 250.
And you just spent 150, 180, whatever they are. That's very depressing.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what they were advertising when they sold it. Because, like I said before, the Polestar was not... Polestar I never really focused on just because I didn't care.
And it's Volvo.
Yeah, it's Volvo.
Yeah.
I also heard that they're trying to break away from the Volvo brand. They're going to try and become their own company or something like that.
Okay. So speaking of breaking off.
Oh, yeah.
You're right. I think that Polestar is trying to separate. But also, we've heard that Volkswagen is possibly getting rid of Lamborghini and Bugatti.
Correct.
We talked about 2 weeks ago, we talked about Bugatti possibly going to Rimac.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Chiron is their last internal combustion engine, and they're going to move to electric.
I don't want that.
I don't want that either. At least go hybrid, but it's interesting. I was listening to Salamandrin, who was talking about how Volkswagen will still own Bugatti. They're just going to sell like licensing to Rimac
To make it. Interesting.
So then it works for both parties.
Yeah.
Remac's able to kind of lean on that big Bugatti name, and Volkswagen still gets that check every month.
Still gets profit.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Bugatti fanboys or whatever will go up or down.
Up.
Really?
Bugatti, I think it'll always be the top. And we know that the Rimac Concept 2 is going to be insane.
That is true.
So putting that right into a Bugatti that's absolutely beautiful, as long as it's reliable,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'll be good. And Volkswagen and Rimac will both profit from it.
It's just wild when you think of, I mean, Bugatti has just been around for so long, and we've always known it as just this big, beefy W16.
Yeah.
And now that has the potential to disappear. And it's like, what even is a Bugatti at that point? Like,
Yeah. It really, I think it's going to hurt a little bit.
in the beginning. Yeah.
But maybe once we start seeing the performance and how cool it is,
Yeah.
I think people will start coming around to it because it's still that Bugatti name. It'll still have the Bugatti look. But what about Lamborghini? I fear.
Yeah, that's my biggest. They're already not doing like crazy. I mean, in my opinion, the Urus is one of the cars that's keeping them afloat.
Absolutely.
Because of sales, because of its price point, it's keeping them up a lot more than if they didn't have it.
Yep.
I don't know. I think that if they're going to do anything, they shouldn't go full electric. They should go hybrid, like a lot of these Cohen Sex and stuff like that are going, where it's the 3-cylinder, 600 horsepower plus 4 electric engines, that type of thing.
Yeah. But are we there? Are we as the car industry to that point where it's going to be good for us to start going hybrid
I hope
with
not.
our supercars?
I don't know.
I mean, we've seen it with the LaFerrari, the 918, and the P1.
Mm-hmm.
But what if that starts trickling down?
Yeah.
Is the next Challenger going to be a hybrid? Am I going to have a V6 with electric motors in it?
That just gets rid of 90% of why you buy cars like that.
Yeah.
And that's the scary part.
Yeah.
Is you're buying a muscle car for the muscle.
Mm-hmm.
Well, still to this day, I'm going to defend that the only true muscle car out there right now is the Challenger.
Agreed.
The other ones have become sports cars, not muscle cars.
Yeah.
Going to eat
Challengers
boost
are
and
not
crap.
good in corners. Trust me, I've tried.
They're not good with fuel efficiency.
No. But I feel like everyone else is so worried about becoming the fastest and the best, and they've become sports cars.
Yeah.
Like Mustang, Camaro.
And it's interesting to look back at the OG muscle cars. They were never the fastest cars.
No.
They're always heavy. They're always slow. But they always have insane high horsepower, crazy torque.
They're loud and fun.
Yeah.
Is Challenger the only one that doesn't make an EcoBoost?
Yes.
Mustang makes one, and
Yeah.
You
Camaro make
mean
one.
like 4-cylinder turbo?
Four-cylinder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a 4-cylinder turbo in the Camaro
Uh-huh.
and in the Mustang.
Yep.
Yep.
They should make the V6 and the V8.
V6 and V8 in the Challenger.
Which they, in my opinion, should still just get rid of the V6.
Yeah.
I know. Some people like it. I mean, the fact that there's an all-wheel drive version V6.
That is true.
Yeah.
It'd be great for the Utah snow. I fear what's going to happen,
Yeah.
but
We'll see.
Crazy.
Whoa.
We just went off on all kinds of tangents. So throwing a little bit of video game and car news. Did you guys see that Need for Speed?
Oh.
Need for Speed Hot Pursuit is
Oh, I
coming
did see
back.
this. I did see that.
Really?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
It's a remake of the original Need for Speed Hot Pursuit.
Aston Martin, I think, like a month ago, made a big simulator game.
For F1 or for like Need for Speed or something?
I have no idea.
For Midtown Madness.
That was
Twisted Metal.
amazing.
Twisted Metal.
Midtown Madness. Was
Midtown
an amazing
Madness
game.
was
I've never played Midtown
freaking
Madness.
number one. I'm going to go buy it again.
You have to buy a wheel and pedals like I had to. We're starting to see more spy shots of the 2022 Jeep Grand Wagoneer.
Still not
Don't care.
impressed.
It actually looks really hideous.
It looks the same as every other Jeep.
But yeah, you're spending almost $100,000 for it.
I don't like the grill.
I don't either. And it looks weird. Like I feel like it's too tall and
Yeah.
too long. And
Why do they put the weird wrap things on them? Why don't they just do them black? Actually, that's like a color that could come in, I guess.
so
So they wanted to do that.
Jaguar kills the XF Sports Brake Wagon for the U.S. market. I didn't even know this
They
was
had
a
a
thing.
wagon?
They had an XF wagon.
Jaguar?
That
Yeah.
thing's sick, actually.
It's
Oh my
way sick.
gosh.
I didn't even know this existed.
I didn't either. I've never seen one.
But now
That's
I'm
dope.
tempted to go find one and buy one.
They're probably like 15, 17.
It's kind of cool.
That is way cool.
What is it?
I like
XF
wagons.
Sport Brake Wagon.
Oh, sports brake. Sports brakes are so cool.
Yeah.
I've been looking at those a lot recently.
Never mind, I got one bar.
V6 hybrid supercar coming from McLaren next
Okay.
year. Yep, here you go. Here's your Polestar recalled for software glitch that shuts down the EV.
Yeah, I actually didn't know what it was for. I just read that happened.
It's for a piece of crap. They recalled it and they're like, I bet there's more than that issue, but that's all they're saying.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's crazy, though.
The 2021 Nissan Rogue is all new, but is priced nearly the same. It's not all new. It looks the same.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's ridiculous.
It looks like the kicks now.
It does. It looks a lot like the
Did they
kicks.
put their new logo on it yet?
Yeah, they did. Which I think is weird.
It is.
Buick Electra EV concept ain't your grandfather's land yacht.
It looks almost like an i8.
Yeah, it does.
That's strange.
That's nasty. Yeah. That's
But I
nasty.
mean, what's the difference between a BMW and a Buick?
Pretty much the same
Oh.
thing, yeah.
I saw this week that Mazda is giving away 50 MX-5 Miatas, the new XD.
Sick.
But they're only giving it to frontline workers who are doing the assembling at their centers because of the whole COVID thing.
Yeah.
But I was like, that's a freaking awesome company right there.
Yeah.
Giving away, and I don't know if this is true or not, but from what I heard is they were going to be special edition ones too.
It's like you have your own special edition.
So yeah, there might be like a badge that says like 1 of 50 or something like that.
That's still cool.
But that is cool. Even if they're just regular XD Miatas. I mean, that's still, how much would that even be? Let's do some maths.
What are they, 28,000 brand new?
I'm just going to say 30,000 brand new. That's $1.5 million
Good for Mazda.
worth of car that they're giving away.
They've been doing really good with their SUVs, though.
Yeah.
Selling the what do they call it? The CX-5, the CX.
RX-8. No, RX.
No,
I'm
RX-8's
dumb.
gone. Woo!
I'm so dumb.
The-
I was thinking of it because there's one that goes to my school.
There's the CX-3, the
They have this
CX-9, 5, CX-9.
30 or something like that.
Something like that. I've really heard that the Sky Active all-wheel drive system has become a lot better over the years.
Good.
Me and Kennedy test drove one when she was looking for a new SUV, and we test drove the CX-5 or 7, one of the bigger ones, and it was good, but it was good. There were just some things that we weren't the biggest fan of,
Yeah.
and it did have a lot higher miles than the current car that she has. So, but yeah, the Sky Active was, and this was like a 2011 Mazda, and back then I guess it wasn't super great, but I think it's been getting better.
Yeah. Good. It's got a higher compression than a normal engine.
I believe so, yeah.
Interesting. Okay, I've got
I was just staring right at your elbow.
Okay.
Last little bit of quick news. I'm going to name a car brand, and I want you to tell me what car they're selling the most of.
Okay.
Porsche.
Panamera.
I don't think it's going to be the Panamera.
Take their SUVs out. So no Cayenne, no Macan. Those are the top selling for sure. Out of their cars. Out of Porsche cars.
GT3?
No.
What car are they selling the most of?
911. Not
Carrera.
even 911?
911.
It's not the Carrera.
Cayman?
Not the Cayman.
GT2?
944.
I don't know why I said
What
Carrera.
80s?
Ready? So out of the 911,
The Turbo S.
the 718 Cayman or whatever it is, the Boxster version.
No Turbo
the
S?
Panamera.
Taycan.
Yep.
Oh,
They
really?
sold more Taycans than any of those
It's
cars.
not. Is it out?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh, I
out
guess we did see them on
But
the
I've
road.
seen quite a
this
few
year
of them.
they have sold more Taycans.
than anything else.
Than anything else.
Other than the SUVs.
Yeah. But it was like the Taycan was even close to the Cayenne, which is weird. for me.
Really?
But that beat out their Boxsters or the Cayman or whatever.
Yeah.
That beat out the 911
That's the one that surprised me.
Yeah.
Because it actually looks pretty
and
good.
the Panamera.
It does look good, but
and it is.
but the 911.
Nah.
The 911 is an amazing car. I think it might be a little overpriced.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I personally feel that the Turbo S is also
Yeah.
most Porsche is.
But I think the Taycan Turbo S name is stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Stradman makes fun of it every
Every
time.
time.
I got 4
turbos.
more turbos than that.
Yeah.
Like,
Come on. Like,
But
I
it
know
can
they
sure
want,
beat all of his cars off the line.
I want to know who sat down and said, "Yeah, let's call it the Turbo S."
yeah.
You guys do know what turbo means, right?
It's like, this isn't even turbocharged.
Like it's electric.
Maybe
There's
he's just trying to
turbo
be
in
like
there.
the show turbo. He doesn't have a
I
turbo.
don't know. I guess they couldn't use like volt or anything like that because those are already taken.
Yeah, but just Google electric terms.
Yeah,
and-
for real. Or just not have it be an electric term.
Or just call
'cause
it a
who cares?
Taycan. That's
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
that's what they should have. Or the Taycan S or something.
Yeah, not Turbo S. Yeah, he makes fun of it every time, and it drives me crazy.
I was thinking, I saw it the other day, which it looks very unique.
Yeah.
Very cool. Headlights, awesome.
Yeah.
Wheels, a little weird, but whatever.
Yep.
I was like, man, imagine if that had like a GTR engine in it or something. That would be sick.
It'd
I
be
know they're
really
already super quick, but
cool. It'd be cool.
I would like
I think
to
it
see
would look too nice for a GTR engine in it. Like it looks too clean.
I mean, so do brand new GTRs, and they have GTR engines.
But those have like mean faces and stuff. This just looks like, I don't know. Never mind.
I don't know. Anyway,
Okay, this is Savage Garage's new SVJ exhaust.
hold it up to the microphone.
Yep. He doesn't get pulled over.
Is
right
this
there,
like,
but-
is that an FIF one?
No, it's a Giotani.
Yeah, just Gitani or whatever.
That sounds so similar
Yeah.
to the FIF one.
Yeah,
It sounds like an F1 car.
it does.
It does. That thing is screaming. That's what I'm imagining the Gordon Murray T50 is going to sound like stock.
I hope so. Oh, it's
I
gonna
love
sound
that
amazing.
sound.
But Ty and I were talking about this. I don't know if there's another V12 out there that sounds like that.
Oh,
No.
absolutely
The Zonda
not.
sounds good,
The Zonda does sound good.
but the V12 on that SVJ,
Yeah.
with that exhaust is.
That is nuts.
Amazing.
That thing was screaming.
I love it.
I like it a lot.
Can you imagine just driving and all of a sudden you hear that high pitch just.
You're chilling on the
past
freeway, you look and you see this thing. Whoa.
That's
just-
sick.
it's
That would be
screaming
so
like that.
cool.
It'd be.
Imagine being the cars on the road when he was doing that.
Yeah.
Like, what is that sound?
Imagine how loud that would be as an outsider of the
Yeah,
car.
I don't know. There
Because
was a
inside
video-
you have some soundproofing.
Yeah.
Now, in one of their videos, when they first went on that rally that they just went on, Gold Rush, is that
Yeah.
what it was? They were going through town and they were passing cars, and every car they passed, the alarm starts going off.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And he was going like 10 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Like legit just
That's
cruising.
crazy.
But it
I'm
had to have
wondering.
been so loud.
And
Yeah.
it didn't have that exhaust on it. Didn't have that exhaust on it.
I'm wondering if that's legal.
Probably not.
Probably not, but
Especially in California. They're so strict
It's
about
Savage
stupid
Garage.
stuff.
But yeah, it is Savage Garage, so that's not super surprising.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
that was beautiful.
That's all I got.
That was an experience.
It was.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything else.
Okay.
Thank you guys for listening and watching. If you are watching this on YouTube, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button with your face.
Nice.
Go follow us on our social medias. Brothers Talk Cars on Instagram and Facebook. And you can listen to our podcast on Spotify and anywhere podcasts are found.
That's right.
All right.
Okay.
Peace.
We'll see ya. Make sure you smash it with your face. But we're not going to be liable for anything that happens.
Hell yeah, brother.